everyone, and welcome back to the podcast of stuff. All right.
Were you humming the Jurassic Park thing?
Yes, indeed I was.
Why?
I actually like Jurassic Park.
Yeah, so does a lot of people.
Oh, that is the live stream. Apparently, I had the volume up.
Nice.
Wow.
Just like hearing
You are
myself.
just- Clearly.
Yeah.
Regale us with your tale of what happened to you this week.
Hello. Nothing much.
I don't see the live stream on YouTube yet.
You sure you didn't stub your toe or something? And
No.
we need to go into 20 minutes of it?
Yes. Actually, now you mention.
Oh god.
Nah. I just got a lot of Ruby shit, which you guys don't want to hear, so I'm not gonna say anything.
Then why'd you even bring it up? You don't hear me bring it up, Pony. Oh, in My Little
Yes,
Pony.
I
No.
do.
No. When was the last time I said anything about My Little Pony?
Well, it's been all the art.
When was the last time I said anything about My Little Pony? You said something. Back
new
up your
episode.
claim.
New episode.
You asked
new
me
season.
about it.
No, it's not new episode. New season starts.
You asked me about it.
I didn't ask you about the season start. When?
Oh, the new season and season
Yeah.
start. My bad. Season start. That was 8 weeks ago.
Okay.
Booyah.
No Booyah Cube?
Really?
All right. So this episode, I don't think anyone listened to the last episode. So for those of you tuning in now, this is the One Piece cast.
Christ.
So I'm assuming there's notes over on the Comp Bros.
Why would we
side
have
things.
notes?
Oh, you're talking about us planning out our no. I've realized that DA and I are much better off the cuff than planning our Walking Dead. We just knew things we wanted to talk about, didn't really write it down, and it's one of our best ever. So,
And this is One Piece.
Yeah,
so
it's too
like
much.
earlier today, DA and I were just talking, and we were about to go 20 minutes into a discussion about Oda. Like, it was gonna head there really quickly. That's just how it's gonna go.
Yeah.
So are we just gonna take the reins on this, or
I actually
Yeah.
do. Now that I think about it, I do have one little story I want to share.
Mhm.
Christ.
This is just an interesting thing with technology.
Oh, we'll see about that. Let us be the judge of that. Oh, funny story, you guys. Oh, okay. Yeah, sure.
Everyone, get out your notepads. We're gonna score this one. In fact, we're just gonna start scoring Mike's stories.
Oh,
before
boy.
we get into this.
Well, you know, I'm
Oh,
at
this
the
is gonna
I'm
be
at the
fun.
extreme ass end of this. I approve.
Yeah,
Go
this
for it.
sounds really fun. Okay.
So, I think I've said it on past podcasts before or old podcasts. I do a lot of online dating,
Mhm.
and I got this.
I seem to recall a story about a programmer not seeing a large footnote that he's going to be charged X
Oh, yeah.
amount of dollars.
I forgot.
Oh.
Yeah, that finally ran up a few months ago. But anyways, so there's this new app that I got called Coffee Meets Bagel. It's a little more, I guess.
You are so white,
I didn't name the app.
Oh my
but
god.
you subscribe to said app.
I'm at about a 3 right now.
Do you want me to go into
My
like
app-
Black People Anonymous? Like, is that better for you? Like,
Watermelon meets chicken. That's what you want us to go on, Mike.
so, anyways, it's a little bit more selective than most other apps. You only get 6 matches per day, and then yada yada this. So I matched with the person, and one of the things that upon matching, it'll like give you a suggestion for a question, which, whatever. So I matched with this girl a few days ago, and
Why even date people then?
what do you mean?
It's like, ask these questions.
Oh, I see what you're saying. It's okay. It kind of goes along with what you're thinking, though.
It's like someone. Oh my god! It's like one of those terrible sitcom where the buddies in your ear feeding you lines and questions.
Oh, yeah.
Like, ugh.
But in all honesty, it's going along that line of thinking. So
I wouldn't doubt it.
it asks, like, the question that it told me to ask. It was like, ask her if she's a socks with sandals kind of person. I'm like,
Oh,
what the?
2.
Okay, that's weird. So I just make a joke about it, like in like when I message her, asking her about it, and it's like haha whatever. It's like, yeah, it told me to ask you what year did you go to RTX and how was meeting Monty. I immediately go, what the fuck? That is extremely specific. So I double check. I go through my pictures, and one of my pictures is me at RTX with Monty. So this app analyzes your pictures.
wait, as in that you uploaded to the app? Or
Yes.
just what you have on your phone?
Uploaded onto the app.
Oh, okay.
It grabs
I
stuff
was
from
gonna say,
It grabs stuff
So
from
she
Facebook.
just took pictures of feet.
Well, she had pictures at
Like-
the beach, which is where her question came from. But that's still not as specific. Like, the programming side of me sees that, I'm like, oh, that's really cool, like technology, whatever. But the other side of that was like, that's kind of fucking creepy that it analyzed that much. And it recognized Monty.
Well, I'm sure he has thousands of pictures on the internet.
I mean, probably. But he's also passed away at this point now.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I'm sure people won't recognize Michael Jackson.
I don't know. Touche. But but still, like, the fact that it like got that detailed in the question to ask me was just, I don't know. I guess with us it's not as a big of a shell shock thing because we kind of grew up in this digital age. But like, I told my mom that story. She's like, that's really weird. I don't like that at all.
I look at it like this. We grew up in just about every generation that's worthwhile recently.
The
We grew
90s,
up-
millennial type stuff.
We grew up in our parents' age was just ending, but we were old enough to appreciate the things they had, the music they had, the
True. Yeah.
cartoons they had, whatever. Then we had our own set of cartoons, and we're still at a time where there was this technology boom, and we were a big part of it because we were in our teens,
Mhm.
whatever. Like, we grew up in very many a generation.
Yeah.
We've been through a lot so far.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, just but yeah, like going into your point of like feeding questions through a person's ear, that's like the next step up. It's like, oh, here's his pictures. Ask him about this.
I
Yeah.
wonder what would happen if you uploaded like nudes. Why don't you ask him about that mole on his left butt cheek? What's the deal with that?
Wait a second. Who's taking that picture?
I mean,
How? What?
Mirror
you're a
selfies.
flexible guy.
I was at mirror selfies.
Yeah, you could do mirror like
Okay, yeah, this is my good side.
the backside.
Ask him why it bends that
It's
way.
where everyone sees you from. Because your head's face down
Yeah,
the pillow.
I got it.
Oh,
I got it.
I just have to explain the joke
Yeah,
sometimes.
it's fine, it's
Yeah,
fine,
okay,
I
yeah,
got it.
because
DG,
sometimes
don't
such
steal
and
my
such-
shtick.
No. You know what? Yeah,
Don't do
you
it.
can have it.
Don't do it.
All right, but yeah, so like it's just an interesting thing that happened to me this past
Yeah, no,
week.
that's just an interesting Skynet moment.
Yeah,
right
like
there.
definitely as far as like where technology is right now. And
Ratings.
all right,
4. Yeah, I give it a 4.
I'm gonna give it a 6. You shouldn't have led with the sandals thing. No one gave a crap about that one.
Yeah.
But it built up to
Yeah,
what
that's what it was supposed to
the
do.
big moment. But your question was so innocuous and garbage. Who gave a crap about it? The RTX thing, who cares? I mean, if you're uploading pictures, I'm sure. Are you allowed descriptions for the pictures?
I probably, but I didn't.
Okay, so they have to know Monty only goes to RTX, and I'm sure there were people around you. So it's just gonna be like, that's probably RTX.
Thing is, he didn't just go to RTX though. He's been to like PAXs and stuff.
That doesn't count.
Oh, right. Speaking of RTX, little thing here. I got a message from Versus earlier today, and he wanted me to let Mike know something. He says, beware at RTX, because the moment they show anything Ruby Volume 4 related, I'm going to go full fanboy murder spree mode.
All right.
I have a feeling if DA and myself ever roomed versus, we would be murdered in our sleep, and he would wear our skin out in
I was
public.
thinking he'd just be jerking off over us.
Something around those lines.
Hold on.
Arrow 2.0.
No, he's not that.
What a man.
But
You say so.
He's my idol, my dream.
I mean, you saw him jerking it. It worked. So, definitely a man.
surprised he's not in the fucking chat. He
Okay.
said he'd be there, but yeah, no. Was that his exact message? I kind of paraphrased a bit, but okay, yeah. He says, if you need an example, describe to him the magnitude of my reaction. Basically, it'll be, I'm Gohan, he's Cell.
I see what you're doing.
Why?
Don't know, but you're about to become the focal point of his fan rage.
That's my okay. I mean, I'm gonna be doing my guardian shit most of the convention, so
I don't know.
we had very little time together last year.
Versus fanboys out really strongly.
Oh, I know.
And
I follow him on Twitter.
Yeah. So he equated his excitement for anything new Ruby based about as strong as anything new .hack based. He's more of a .hack fan than I am. So when he said that, I was like, wait a fucking minute here. So yeah, you've been warned. I've delivered the warning.
Okay.
Versus.
All right. I have warning received. So let's get to the topic at hand. So
Okay.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I pulled up because I was curious because we mentioned it briefly in one of the past episodes, but
I'm saying go ahead for you because this is going to be predominantly 98% DA and
Sliced
myself.
my thumb for the first time in a very long time.
You are garbage.
And it hurted a lot.
So I was just curious at what episode we were at in the anime.
Mhm.
I haven't checked in a while. They're at the elephant.
Yeah. No, they're going to Zoe right now. I think they just showed Nami and them on the flashback before them actually going there.
Before the massive filler arc is probably going to come, just because they are dangerously close to catching up. Unless they pull a super, which doubtful, where it's just we're just going to continue.
Well, it
on.
just turns crap. It just becomes literally the worst thing ever.
But it's the king of everything showed up.
That design,
Oh.
I was physically angry when I saw it. And I just got mad at all the Dragon Ball fans because I'm like, you are killing this man. Creatively, physically, everything. He has nothing left.
How about his bodyguards?
He has nothing. And
Holy
these people
shit.
are just bleeding him like a sponge, just getting every single drop out. He has nothing, and I am saddened by it.
It's going back to past characters. One character that he hasn't touched in a very long time, but, that doesn't erase the rest of Super.
Toriyama is basically like that Family Guy episode where Stephen King writes his books. He's just looking around this place like, there's a football, color it 3 colors.
No. I think it was, he thought that he had to have that character in by Friday. He actually needed it in by Tuesday. So he had gotten the basic outline of it, just a circle and some eyes. You're like, okay, I'll fill in the rest later. And somebody came into his apartment and snatched it up and ran out. Like, the new genius Toriyama design. And everybody's just laughing.
A lot of people, I guess, have been equating him to Dumplin from the TFS Dragon Ball Let's Play.
Yeah,
The way I look at this is just showing everyone what Toriyama always was.
He was, and always will be.
That he had a handful of great designs after the time skip, but largely nothing. And now they're just seeing all the nothing.
Yeah.
He's got nothing. The
Yeah.
series is nothing.
Wait. I showed you that design. You were like, oh, well, it's kind of childish. This is a very Toriyama design.
Yes, it is. And what did I just say? Toriyama has always been this.
Okay, fair enough.
It's a very Toriyama design. I never said it was good.
Fair enough.
So yeah, like I think that's a big thing too. Like a lot of his most successful endeavors, sans Dragon Ball, just because that was all him, he's only been the art designer.
Mm-hmm.
Dragon Quest, Chrono Trigger, Blue Dragon, like the stories were handled by other people.
And they all look like Goku with different hair.
Or Bulma with different hair. Or some animal of Dragon Ball with the guy's a hack.
Or a frog, or the same robot.
The guy is a hack.
Or the president of the free world who's a dog with a mustache. Sure, Toriyama. Sure.
Before we leave Dragon Ball, though, has everybody read that apology letter from Ben Ramsey?
The guy who wrote Dragon Ball Evolution.
No.
Too little, too late. He was just like, hey, sorry, my bad. It sucked, I understand.
I did it for the paycheck. Should not have done that. was the gist of it. But yeah, so One Piece. So at what was it, 600? He said he was halfway through.
No.
What chapter was it?
No. The main thing is
I'm in episodes. Let me go to chapters.
once you hit a certain part of the ocean, that's halfway through the story. And we hit that part of the ocean. And so we're halfway through the story. Now, I think there may be 5 arcs left. Sagas, I should say. Because this big versus the Yonko is a saga right now. That's where we're in.
Yeah.
It's gonna be big.
And that's going to consist of several smaller arcs.
Saving Sanji.
Yeah. I think there may be 5 sagas left. And then we're done. And it's going to be a terrible, terrible day.
So I have to ask, if One Piece it was friendship all along, how will you feel?
Everyone expects it. I wouldn't feel bad about it because I've said this many times. The last little bit of something can ruin so much more that came before it. I don't know if there's anything that can legit ruin One Piece. Now, Oda had the
If
ending
Toriyama
plan.
I should slap you for that.
If Toriyama starts taking over
I mean,
for Oda, then
boy, I would drop that manga so fast.
Hey, you said okay, so you lied. Absolutely nothing. I just mentioned something.
No, I said absolutely nothing would ruin what became before that.
Okay.
The quality of the manga would drop so drastically that I just couldn't. For Naruto, it was a steady decline. So by the time you're neck deep in crap, you're like, I'm already completely smelling of crap. I might as well just wade through the rest of this crap. If you're like, I'm on fluffy marshmallow clouds, and then all of a sudden you're in crap, like that's like, holy, what is this crappy smell?
Actually, now that we're talking about crap manga, I don't think you guys keep up with it, but Ralph, have you read Bleach?
Oh, fuck. Oh, God.
Oh, Ichigo's totes gonna bang Orihime. I mean, it's totes gonna happen.
Are you reading it?
Oh no.
Okay, just make.
Oh no.
I don't know. They had a moment this last chapter. So.
Yeah. I read some of the things that other people post.
Okay. But like, these new enemies are just so fucking ridiculous. And then like all of these things that the captains are doing now, I'm just looking at it just like, and you didn't do this before. Why? For example, Hitsugaya, the ice one.
My favorite character.
So like his Bankai was always a thing where he would like grow the wings and that, and he would have those snowflake things behind him.
Mm-hmm.
And they made it a point of they can never run out before he deactivates his Bankai. Like it was a terrible, terrible thing.
Mm-hmm.
Turns out it's not. When the icicles, completely melt, he truly emerges from his Bankai. he grows older, and apparently just touching.
No, he doesn't grow older. He reaches his actual physical height for his age. Apparently, it's a Full Metal thing where he's short because of his power.
And just touching him freezes you. Like you touch, like you point, like touch him with your finger, and he is absolute zero. His temperature is absolute zero, so you just freeze. And so many fights that he's had in this series, you're like, things could have been solved so quickly if it's like, oh, I'm just gonna do this now, whatever. It's just, I shake my head every chapter now. But it's that similar thing of Naruto. It's like, I'm already waiting in the shit. Might as well
Yeah.
finish.
Might as well plow through it.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm doing.
Like,
I didn't hate Naruto really. I just was very meaty. I was just mad.
You know why? Because it was a steady decline.
Yeah. Unless it was those moments where I was just like, "Oh Jesus Christ, that was bad." Otherwise, it was just like, "Yep, this is standard bad."
This is
The
standard.
This is
hand-
exactly
the
what I
hands.
expected.
That was a big thing you complained about, right? The hands,
The hands,
the blood, when they blew each other's hands off.
Oh no! What really got me was the earrings.
Yeah, I know that one. That one really pissed you off. See, that's the thing. Okay, so let's go into what we were talking about earlier. You said that Oda is on a level of genius that you can't possibly understand.
Mhm.
So it's no point in getting mad about it. I think with enough pre-planning and research, you could do something like Oda.
Sure, you can have foreshadowing and all that stuff because you planned it, but you have to lead. You have to have a story good enough to lead to that point.
Sometimes I think Oda makes some of this up as he goes
Sure,
along.
absolutely. I'm not one of those people that are like he has 100% of it completely. No,
Oh, and no one
he's,
has that.
He's a lunatic, so
You know
I'm
what?
sure sometimes he just goes.
The people that say that can't be right because he said he thought One Piece would be done in 5 years,
Yeah.
but he just kept going and going and going. So there are clearly things he wants to get to, like Brook and Laboon. That was a clear. I want to tie these two together. I want to get to that. So you introduce story, Brook. So I wonder how far in advance he planned something.
He said that when he made Laboon, he wanted to have a skeleton.
that tied into it.
Yeah,
Okay, but think of it like this: there had to be a reason for Brook to interact with the Straw Hats, a reason for the Straw Hats to help Brook. He had to have penned a vast majority of Thriller Bark while he was still working on Ennis Lobby.
I believe that.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah,
Well, it's like
But-
a lot of things though too. Like a lot of these creators, and like there's a few people that I follow here and there that are the same way, where it's like they have just the overriding concepts of an arc or like where they want to go with the story, but once they actually get to the point where like, oh, I'm at this arc now, then they start filling in the details. I'm not sure that's how Oda works, but I could imagine that.
I don't think so. I think
they showed his office and he has 4 books. One of them huge book labeled Big Mom. One of them huge book, The Samurai Island, and there were 2 other ones that I can't remember right now. So he has. I don't think maybe those are just also character designs and things like that. Also with
Mhm.
story things, but I think that it's a lot more than that because the level.
Hey,
This-
he's very
this,
intimate with these characters at this point.
A couple of chapters ago, Nami got a new climate tag,
oh,
Yeah.
which was great. But while they were sailing to Dressrosa, Usopp was shown working on it. And it wasn't made anything. It was just him hammering something off screen and some sound effects. And you could see a little bit of the climate tag at another panel. It was 2 panels. So he had to plan out, I know I want Nami to have another weapon, just not right now.
and it wasn't like here's your new climate, because that's what happened with Water 7. Usopp was just like, here's the new climate tag I was working on, and she just had it. You never saw him working on that, but all of a sudden it's like he's working on it. It's just like that Sanji's wife, the rumor there, or the what everybody assumes, the woman with the third eye.
Yeah.
Like that was a nothing thing
Right.
in part.
Right when Big Mom was first introduced.
It's a the
I
guy
believe
is stupid.
I believe that he has, I'm gonna say 60% of this planned out, and the rest of it
of what, an arc?
an arc.
I don't-
an entire arc where he wants to go with it. The characters, how they interact. You don't think so?
I think it has to be more. Dressrosa was ridiculously intricate.
I believe he's gotten better as he's gone along.
I don't know, Alabasta. Now Skypiea, I can see a 60% thing. It's just, you know, you can see where that's going.
Okay, but I'll say it like this: the beginning of Dragon Ball Z was Raditz, and that was all leading up to Frieza.
Mm-hmm.
So he had that planned out.
Yeah.
But then he had nothing else planned out.
Mm-hmm.
So there are those times where everything just sort of works together and works out perfectly like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
But whereas Oda's, he had nothing after that.
Skypiea. That was a setup for future events, but it was just after Alabasta, it was just straight into the air.
Oh, you mean Skypiea?
From
There's no
Alabasta
build up to
Skypiea.
Skypiea. It just kind of happened.
It
is what
just
you're
kind of
saying?
happens, yeah.
I can't say that because you could say the same thing for like Longtown.
That was a setup for future events. No, they were like, this is we have to go here because that's the interest of the Grand Line. So that was always the goal.
But then when their compass like force all these events anyway,
Yeah.
that's what
But
happened with Skypiea.
But that's after they all logged in with Alabasta, and it's like, okay, next up is
I don't. Was there ever a mention of Sky Island before then?
I don't
Cut.
think so.
I can't say that because I'm watching
I'm sure there was something.
because I'm watching the dub of One Piece right now, and one of the guards mentioned, one of the inmates that escaped mentioned the Minotauros were awakened devil's fruits, and we didn't hear anything about that until this fight with Doffy and Luffy. Like Doflamingo versus Luffy, he said, you know, your devil fruit powers can awaken or something like that. And Luffy was just like, huh? And then it was just like 3 panels and then nothing else was made of it. But he mentioned devil fruits awakening and Impel Down. And that was, what, 5, 6, 7 years ago?
Yeah. But right before Alabasta, he mentioned Jinbei.
Shoot, right when Joker was on the phone and Shaboti, he mentioned Smile. And that was like 3 years later.
I'm gonna say about 60%. Beginning, middle, and rough outlines, character designs, things like that. Whatever happens in the middle happens.
I gotta say, for things like Dressrosa,
Dressrosa, he knew that was gonna be a huge arc. I think he planned more of it, but I can't say that for every single.
Then again, you gotta look at Fishman Island, which has been the lead up for like 7, 8, 9 years, and that felt like a very 60% arc.
Mhm.
Like it was pretty much nothing made of it except the Big Mom thing, which was just fantastic. But yeah, it is what it is.
There are some things that are led up to, and there are some things that lead up to other things.
Okay. Well, Skypiea pretty much set the groundwork of everything,
Yep.
though.
Yep.
And it was a nothing built up art. Like it set up everything. That man he's a monster.
That could be just as far as like his writing process. Maybe like he's like, all right, like I have this, you know, maybe a blank space in my story, so to speak, or whatever. And he's like, I'm just gonna use this to just lay a granite foundation for everything to come.
I can't say that.
I can't say that.
Okay, so here's what
I saw
happens
the
at
books.
Skypiea. They get the gold, which enables them to look at Mary for repairs, and you know, you can see Mary constantly getting broken down.
And that and the fall from Skypiea
The fall from Skypiea,
that cracked it as
Bellamy, like it really messed up. So you're like, they need money, and there was a city of gold mentioned from like the get go for Skypiea. So you got your city of gold. They get the gold.
I mean, there's building stories that they had, like he had before that, but like you said, it laid down a lot of stuff for future events.
for like every future event of Water 7.
Hey, like-
and it's like every future event. The Luffy Usopp fight, all that bad blood coming out.
Do
I'm
you
just saying that-
believe
There's creators that can do that, but go ahead. Sorry.
at the end
Yeah,
of
Oda.
Alabasta, he knew that they needed money and it would lead to them getting a new crewmate? Do you think that he planned out that far ahead? Because right after it, Skypiea was Water 7, and that led to Frankie crewmate.
I think he knew that they couldn't go anywhere with what Mary was now. So the decision was either to end Mary or to build upon Mary. And you can't build upon a ship like that. So the logical course there is to end Mary. The reason Mary ends is because it's so broken down. The reason it's so broken down is because they don't have a shipwright. So they have to find a shipwright. So I don't know if it's necessarily, they need a new crewmate as much as they need a shipwright in the future. And of course, that's going to be the crewmate. Now, they really stumbled until the world's greatest navigator. They really stumbled upon one of the greatest doctors in the everyone on that crew is like in the making of the greatest ever. Usopp he's just ridiculous. He's a ridiculous
Best chef.
The best chef, like they're really stumbling onto the only person. Robin is
they're coming for her.
Oh my god, they cannot do another rescue Robin.
Coming for her.
If Robin dies, this series is over for me. It's a dead series.
We're gonna talk about deaths a little bit later because I have 2 scenarios where I would accept a death.
Okay.
And only 2.
So with Robin, like, okay, they've been set up that she's the only one that read it, but then there's the voice of all things. They can hear it, whatever. I can't assume Luffy's the only one that has that.
No. The little samurai has it as well.
Oh yeah. So at that point, is Robin really necessary?
Yes.
For those, I mean, she is the one that can she can activate it. It's not like they can activate the voice of all things, or at least they don't. But again, there has to be other people that hear these things. They tell the stories of it. They join the crews, and then it's just like, I can hear the poneglyphs.
Would that lead them there? Would that allow you to get it?
I don't know about
so
that.
it's until that question is answered. Yes, of course, Robin is.
Maybe it would, because with Roger, he couldn't read the poneglyphs, but he was able to write in the language of it. He understood the language of the poneglyph. So even if you, like, all she has to do is read it, right?
That kind of doesn't
You have to
make
read it and
sense.
translate it. And
Why not? Why doesn't it make sense?
You can't read it, but you can write it?
No. He understands the language because he can hear the language.
Oh, okay.
So he can write the language
That doesn't make any.
Yeah, because you need to know what letters or what words.
Written language is different from spoken language.
no. He's reading the words. He can hear the voice from the words on the poneglyph.
So basically, what you're saying is he's reading as he's reading the each letter is spoken in his head as what.
Think of it like this: you're reading an audiobook.
It's the writing part that I'm getting stuck on.
Well, no. At that point, it's if you've seen if you hear what the letter means as you read it, you can repeat it and write it down. That makes fine sense, I guess.
Then can't you just read it?
No.
Basically, no. He is reading it, but basically, instead of looking at like a language you never learned before and just seeing words you don't understand what the hell it is, as he's reading it, he's getting the translation in his head directly. So it's like a direct education as he's reading it.
It's more of a feeling than a complete understanding.
Yeah.
Like when Zoe was being attacked, they felt what she was saying, as opposed to the elephant just going, "I'm hurting now." Like, don't take it so literal. It's a freaking world of.
I was gonna say there's suspension of disbelief.
It's a world where guns eat fruits. Shut up.
Or where guns are hammer pistols.
Speaking of, Vegapunk still needs to come.
yes,
There's still absolutely nothing.
there's a
going on.
lot that needs to be done and said. But Smoker is heading there.
Yeah, we haven't
Smoker
seen him
needs
in
a crew
while.
though. they have never shown him with the competent, like he's the head of
He's
whatever.
fine. He's a vice admiral. He's fine. Does Kizaru need a crew? No.
No,
He's a fruit.
the point was he was gathering Marines to take on the Straw Hats. He has never shown with anybody that's competent enough to take on any Straw Hat member. All he's shown with is these foot soldiers and Tashigi.
My question is, but the last time we saw, when was the last time actually? I forget. When was the Smoker met up with the Straw Hat crew?
Yeah, Punk Hazard.
Was it Punk Hazard?
Yeah, they all switched bodies and stuff.
Oh yeah, you're right. So he does understand post time skip power level.
Yeah.
Okay,
Like,
I'd
no.
forgotten about Punk Hazard.
And Tashigi completely got mauled by Monet, and Zoro was just like, yeah, enough of this horse. And just away with thee,
He
woman.
couldn't believe that they were just healing up from their decimation from 2 years ago.
They got mauled. I have never seen. It was just like, run away. We cannot win.
Uncomfortable.
That was real uncomfortable. Let me ask you. Okay, so let's just take what is the worst arc of One Piece?
Ooh, that's-
Now, I say this in worst because a 7 can be the worst, and every other arc is an 8 to a 10.
Now, are we saying arc is in Logtown is an arc? And okay, I'll say it like this. Water 7, CP9. Are those arcs or sagas? Or
Water 7 is an arc. CP9 is the saga. So East Blue is the saga, which encompasses Logtown, Arlong,
Yep.
blah, blah, blah.
Gotcha.
Yep.
I had to pull up like story arcs
Hmm.
because I don't remember all of them. Okay. Jesus.
Okay.
Jesus. Oh dear.
Alvida?
I don't know.
Garden. Impel down.
I don't know if that's so much an arc as a couple
Dude, I'm reaching here, as you can see.
Yeah, that was just one episode / chapter. I can't even say the town Zoro was locked in because that was a good arc. Like, Buggy was good. Koro was good.
Kodo was excellent.
Arlong is still my favorite arc in all of One Piece. Wispy Peaks?
No.
Drum Island?
Oh, they're doing.
I like
There's
Drum
filler
Island
arcs in here
a
too.
lot.
Jesus Christ. That's the list that I'm looking at.
I could probably say the Barati arc. No, I like the Kodo, not the Kodo, the Krieg fight.
Yeah, the Krieg fight was good. Jin was good.
And it really showed Sanji's character and things like that.
The only one that comes to mind for me is when Luffy's in the prison.
Nipple down?
Are you out of your mind?
Not like the actual war part of it, just like that section of it. I don't know.
Emple down?
No,
was
when he was in
amazing.
there, with- what's his
Magellan?
name?
Blackbeard?
Yeah.
He met Blackbeard for the first time since
Yeah,
Giant.
no.
All I can remember from that is him facing the poison guy. That's really it.
Blackbeard!
Ivan Kofu.
Yeah, Ivan.
Mr. 2 sacrifice, Mr. 2 in general, Buggy and Mr. 3 again.
Everything.
Wax
excellent
armor.
boa head.
I think Impel Down is considered one of the best. Am I wrong?
That's top.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say top, but it's
No, I'd say
I said top.
I would.
You think that's
not top. All
I
later
both
top,
heard
like
it and
top
consider
5.
it to be one of the top.
Again, this is a very hard question. That's the one. That's
and you come with Emple down.
because there's stuff I like more.
Yeah, I
Wait,
understand.
you like the Fishman Island arc more than Impel Down?
Fishman Island.
I marked out a lot in Fishman Island. I can never change how I felt about Fishman Island.
Like
the story wasn't as great as some other ones.
The
but
villain
it
was
a
weak
lo-
as crap.
It was a
Villain's
largely
weak as crap is right.
It was largely
that is my least favorite one. Is Fishman Island.
it was largely let's see how the Straw Hats are, and seeing all of their powers were amazing. To this day, there are moments where I'm just like, I wish I could recapture how I felt at that moment. And when Sanji started flying, I can never recapture that because that was so amazing.
That really was an amazing moment. You know what? I gotta take it back. If nothing else but the moments of that arc. And then
Because that's really.
it
It's like I'm thinking of moments too. Like that's I feel like you have to get down to that nitty gritty for this.
I really like Jaya. It wasn't really anything, but I really Lowtown maybe.
No one's gonna have an answer. And even if it is, it's just gonna be an 8 amongst 9.
That's
I was gonna say,
point was.
and I feel like
It's
everyone,
not even in anything.
like the most recent arcs that, like, to me that, like, I can't really remember a whole lot of are the prison parts of Impel Down, the Punk Hazard stuff I forgot about, and then some of the Fishman stuff, Fishman Island. Well, those are the 3 that come to mind where it's just like I didn't get a whole lot from them.
They felt like the junk food of One Piece.
Yeah, I guess
At least Fishman Island did.
I guess you'd say that. Yeah.
Then
Next
what's the
question,
best arc?
BG. Next question.
Then what's the best?
Ooh.
I will always.
That is a lot harder for me to answer right off the bat.
I will always high five between CP9 and Thriller Bark.
Dressrosa was ridiculous.
Dressrosa. I think it helps because it was so long.
It was really long. It might be the longest.
It's the single longest arc.
Okay.
Mine's a contest between Arlong Park and CP9.
CP9's Annis Lobby, right?
In its lobby in Water 7, yeah.
Yeah, so that CP9, Dressrosa. I was actually a big fan of the Alabasta arc too.
But
Alabaster's like number 4 to 5 for me.
Dressrosa started out so whimsical.
yeah, oh,
The toys interact.
dark.
So they don't even
Like,
know who they are.
Nah. They remember everything. People around them, nah. You got a daughter that you really want to see? Nah.
She don't remember you. She's never had a dad.
she don't that.
And you just watching her grow from afar. Like,
Ugh.
that was a dark
Yes,
arc.
it was. And it did bring Senor Pink, who is. I love Senor Pink so much.
Let's go into our past then. Worst Straw Hat pass?
Okay, we're gonna do this.
No, before we do that, worst non-Straw Hat pass. A lot of people would say Law. I'm not going Law.
I'm not going Law.
Not going Ace. It might be Senior.
I mean, all of him
I
is
was
past
thinking
now.
I was really thinking Pink.
Senior Pink had 4 or 5 pages of complete heartbreak.
Still my single favorite chapter of One Piece.
Are you serious?
Single favorite chapter of One
His
Piece.
past,
Yes.
Baby 5.
Baby Five's up there. Simply because she thinks she's getting what she wants, and it's clearly not good for her. So that's a problem. But Pink, as he's just wearing a constant reminder of his just failure, and he's still working for the people who's essentially, it might be Pink.
I'm going Senior Pink. That was ridiculously just
Favorite chapter. Okay. You saw me when that episode came out, and it just cut in half like the pieces of crap they were just when it was getting good.
Oh yeah,
Right when it got to the amazing part, I'm like, oh, here it comes.
Senior Pink.
I was just so engrossed with the story, I did not realize time had passed. So I'm just like, okay, we got all. They're good. They're just gonna put all this. No.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Senior Pink.
There we go.
Okay, where's Straw Hat pass?
Now, I will, Brooke, of course.
Mm-hmm. And I'm going Robin.
Let's hear you. We're gonna go here. Let's hear you.
Before that, let's list the top 5.
Top 5 worst.
Yes,
most
where's Straw
depressing.
Hat pass?
Brooke, Robin,
Sanji?
Sanji.
Really?
Starvation is.
Yeah, that's a dude.
And being a part of a crime family, probably.
Don't care about that right now.
Nami.
What a
You can't consider
what a
that.
terrible way to end this chapter and then break next week. Screw you, Oda.
Oh
You
my
genius.
God.
You man who's nuts. I love.
Now hold on. Bring that up. Question: who do you think that is on the ship?
His brother.
Yeah.
It's his brother.
It's either his brother or his father.
I don't
Everybody's
think it's his
saying that.
father.
Everybody's saying that Sanji means third son, so there's going to be an Ichi and a Niji,
Mhm.
a first son and a second son.
Oda can't do that.
Especially since his name was originally supposed to be Naruto.
Wait, what?
Yeah, his name was supposed to be Naruto, but then Naruto was coming out at that moment, so he you know, because of his swirly eyebrow, and Naruto's are little swirly things and
Mhm.
ramen.
God.
And since Naruto was coming out at that point, he was like, I can't do this.
No, okay, I won't.
I've given my 5.
Okay, so it was Brook, Robin,
Sanji,
Nami,
Chopper.
No Luffy?
No.
Luffy's past wasn't that bad.
I know.
In comparison
Keep in
to, like,
mind.
Robin
Keep
or-
in mind. I still haven't seen Frankie's past.
Frankie's past was really, it was bad. It could crack the top 5, but it's not gonna crack the top 3. So I'm gonna go Robin,
Yeah.
Chopper, Brook, Nami.
Here comes the surprise.
There's no surprises here. There's none. Yeah, it would probably be Sanji. Now, the reason I say Robin's past is the absolute worst. She was an 8-year-old girl who was never treated right in her own home. Never knew her mother. Never knew anything. She knew these people that cared for her, and she basically snuck into that society, and then those people really cared for her.
Can I stop you right there?
Mhm.
She had passions. She loved to read and learn.
Okay.
She had something that made her happy.
Yes, and she didn't escape
Sure.
from her
But sometimes
terrible life.
That's fine, but she had that escape.
The way I look at it for pretty much every Straw Hat past, they all, the thing that separates an Usopp from a Chopper is Usopp had a lot of happiness before his mother died. Nami, even though her past is tragic as crap, she had a lot of happiness before, but then she had so many years of complete unhappiness. Usopp didn't have a lot of years of complete unhappiness with
That
Cayenne.
kind of thing will mentally scar you. Clearly he can't stop lying, so there's something mentally wrong with the guy.
He's deeply depressed, or he was deeply depressed, and that was a coping mechanism, and now he just does it because it is who he is. But again, he didn't have a lot of years of abhorrent unhappiness, because Robin was running for 20 years. Like,
No, she wasn't. She was running for freaking 6 years, and then she got in with Crocodile, and then she became the number 2 person in the entire evil organization.
where she had to murder people just to live.
Did you not hear my subtle evil organization?
I'm just imagining Da all expressive, and then as soon as he gets to evil, just stone face. He's like, the super evil organization.
So, okay, so
Smoke.
Oh
she
God.
had these people
Wow,
that
that's a
loved her,
throwback.
even if she had her passions, whatever. So the time, and she met Saul, which was, an actual friend. Like, these are scholars, colleagues, an actual friend. She may have lived this happiness for a few weeks, couple months, whatever. Even though turning around, she always had this unhappiness at home. So she had days of complete unhappiness and complete happiness.
Do we know
Then-
that?
Huh?
Do we know that? On the island.
What do you mean?
We were not seeing, other than those people throwing tomatoes at her, we were not seeing her having complete unhappiness.
She was pretty much Harry Potter in her home.
I don't remember that.
You don't remember the people that adopted her being complete crap to her?
I
And
remember
had
that after she left the island.
No. While she was on the island, she was adopted by a family. And it'd be like, Robin, we went out. There's food on the table. It'd be like
Okay.
some porridge or something.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, and she'd just be sitting eating alone while they're
Okay.
out having
Yeah,
fun.
I remember that.
Yeah, okay. They didn't care. She was pretty much Harry Potter. to the Dursleys. So she had complete loneliness there, unhappiness, blah blah blah. So she had this happy thing happen to her for a little while, and then every happy thing in her life was completely ripped away before her eyes. She meets her mother for literally 4 minutes and she dies. Her best friend is frozen in front of her. Just completely frozen. And then she slowly drifts away as her island burns to the ground. Then every person she ever meets for however many years, think of it, an 8-year-old girl. No, didn't Robin join the organization when she was...
She was 16.
So it was 8 years.
Oh. What did I say?
5.
6.
7.
8. So it was 8 years. 8 years of being a child with sleeping with one eye open. Every place she slept at, oh yes, we'll take you in, blah, blah. There she is. Arrest her so we can get the money.
Mm-hmm.
Kill her so we can get the money. Like, it's a horrible way to live for just 8 years. She lives in constant fear for 8 years. Until she finally, like, I just gotta be evil to survive. Like, I gotta do what I gotta do.
Not evil. Do what you have to do.
Yeah,
she
which
was
is
stealing
kill
food
people.
at that point. It's just to
She
do what you gotta
blew
do
up
to
a
survive.
ship. I don't know how that guy survived, but she blew it up. Did she save him beforehand? I don't know. But she blew that mother up. It is what it
We're
is.
not remembering that.
So why do you say Brooke?
Brooke.
And do you have anything to counter my thing? We'll get to the counters afterwards. But
I'm
Brooke.
going all the way to the drawn Oda as him as a little child.
Mhm.
He was very dusty and he had torn clothing.
Mhm.
I'm assuming
Like Robin.
that he did not grow up very wealthy or
Like Robin.
influential. Yeah, I'm just saying. Just putting that over there.
Yep.
Put that in your hat. Keep it there, nice and
Yo
cozy.
ho ho.
So he gets a fruit that is essentially just him not being able to swim,
Mhm.
and he knows he's going to outlive everybody.
How does he know that?
He knew that it was the rebirth fruit.
Oh, okay.
He knows that he's going to outlive everybody. If he died of old age,
Would he have come back?
yeah, because that's your body failing. No, it's his spirit that keeps him alive.
Can Brooke die?
Brooke can die. I'm gonna get to that when I get to the death thing.
Mm-hmm.
So he knows he's gonna outlive everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So he just has that hanging over his head. His captain dies. He clearly had affection for this captain because he was shown
It's the captain.
crying at it, and so he's in charge of this huge ship. He was shown to be in charge of a swordsman guild or something like that in his old place. They said that, so he had leadership ability. I'm not gonna say he was completely inexperienced. No. He had leadership abilities, but clearly not a lot because they were all murdered.
Yes.
And the death thing, that's very obvious.
Them playing and him saying
It's down to a trio.
that might be one of the greatest moments in One Piece.
He literally outlived every single person of his crew at that moment, and then he died himself.
Mm-hmm.
Comes back. Now he's on the ship with the body, the bones of all of his crewmates. Little to no food, because didn't they say about a year or two had passed since then?
Something like that.
Little to no food.
This is the problem I have instantly with this path to Brooks. He could have given them a proper burial. A burial at sea.
No.
Anything.
Just throw him over the
No.
throw.
There could have been
We don't know that. You could say there could have been a dinghy that he could have just sent out and burned, but we don't know that. We don't know what kind of provisions that he had.
Okay.
So he had to sit there on the ship, constant reminders of his own personal failures. For what was it, 2 or 3 years? No. It was 50 years. Let's say 48 years. 48 years of wandering alone. He finally finds an island. He's no navigator. He finally
At
finds
this
an island.
time, does time mean anything to Brooke?
Yes, because he's clearly gone insane.
Clearly.
Which is not a
He
good
needed
thing.
to
I
go
couldn't
with-
tell.
He needs a way to go.
But yeah,
So whenever he went crazy, like that 20 years might feel like 2 days.
I don't think time meant as much to him because, like they said, no light, no darkness travels in. So 6 o'clock in the morning could be 4 o'clock in the afternoon for him. He doesn't know. He goes to sleep. He wakes up. He just sits there day after day after day, reliving those moments. Maybe every now and again, he opens up his head and listens to his music of his crew dying for 48 years. He finally finds an island. Holy crap. Salvation. My shadow is gone. What's that over there?
Why are we counting that as part of his past?
Because that happened before. I'm counting everything that happens before they meet the Straw Hats.
Okay.
He meets the Straw Hats. Because, it's his past. It didn't happen. So, he goes, somebody takes my shadow. He doesn't know this guy. It's just this big horn guy. So, he took my shadow. I don't know what that means, whatever. He sees somebody go into the sun without a shadow, disintegrated. So now, even if he could find his way out of the Florian Triangle,
Florian Triangle, something like that.
He wouldn't be able to do anything. Even if he could, before that, he's still a skeleton. What is he going to do? He can't go to Grand. He knows that either he's going to...
Why can't he?
He's going to go to the New World by himself?
No, not by himself, but he can always join a crew.
Would you join a crew with this clearly insane skeleton man?
They just did.
That's Luffy, though. Literally everybody was against it.
And then it was
Because
just
he's
like,
a creepy skeleton man.
but then they completely accepted him.
Yeah, after the Frankie telling the past story thing.
Plus
but
it was-
when they were sitting there eating with them, they're like, okay, you got to get out of here, Fort man.
They were playing at Brooks' pace from the get-go.
They were not... If they put it to a vote, where it wasn't like Captain overrules everything, if they put it to a vote, Brooke would have been back on that other ship.
But think of it like this. If they would have put it to a vote, Robin wouldn't have made the ship either.
No, she wouldn't have.
I mean, it is what it is.
But that's for different reasons.
Because she's a demon child.
So, well, it would have been 2 votes. So, it's amazing. So, now his shadow is gone. He tries to find his shadow. He faces off against somebody who's clearly stronger than him, has all of his moves, and he's not even using 10% of his power. He threatens to cut off He threatens to cut off one of the few things that he cares about.
Brooke would have killed himself.
Without a doubt.
That afro goes.
His soul would have just left him. And after that, he's on his ship just thinking, this is the only way that I can go on with my journey is to first off somehow find Thriller Barker, and then somehow, I guess he was training because he said I'm different this time when he pulled out his sword. So
Still got mauled.
So he's on his ship again, constant memory of his failure, training futilely by himself. He can't work his muscles. He has no muscles.
But then neither does Ryuma.
He's a zombie. He had
What's
nothing to work.
Brooke?
He had nothing to work for.
What's Brooke?
He's amazing.
Technically, he's a zombie. He's a reanimated corpse.
He has an 85 skill level. He can't train that up or down. Well, it can deteriorate, I'm assuming.
No, because he has new musics now that do different things.
No, I'm talking about Ryuma.
Oh, Ryuma. Yeah, he's done.
So, he's not going up or down. Brooke can only go up.
Plus, he was a legendary samurai.
Yeah.
That ties into an original work of Oda's from like 94.
So amazing.
What is he doing? A one shot? Like, what is he doing? The man is ridiculous.
So he finally finds people, eats a decent meal, and that's where we are.
So, if we're at where we are, CP9. When Robin's like, "Don't save me," the world's darkness is it all falls upon me. That's how she saw herself for these 20 years. Mm-hmm. That she is an unwanted burden on the world.
But she had a purpose.
For a 10-year-old girl,
But she had
that's an awful.
But from the age of 16 to 28, I believe she had a purpose.
And then in a moment, her purpose is. It would be like if Brooke saw LeBoon again, and then it just got shot and killed.
No, if he opened up a newspaper, it was like giant whale killed for meat.
Record-setting catch. Just tear.
Oh.
And then it's just a straw hat flag on his head.
Oh, that's sad. Don't do that to me.
So I don't think Brooks is.
I understand the whole that's how she saw herself, but
I understand Brooks' crippling loneliness. Okay, Brooks' crippling loneliness was with the corpses of his crew. Robin's crippling loneliness was with everyone around
she
her.
was lonely in the crowd.
Yes. Brooke was just a lonely person. If he could have, there are quirky people in One Piece.
Absolutely.
Somebody would have taken him in.
Yeah, eventually. But again, he had to find his way out of the Florin Triangle.
So to settle this little debate here, Ralph,
He's gone.
motherfucker.
No, I'm here.
Oh, okay.
What?
Out of the two, who do you think is sadder,
Out of the two, which one? Sorry.
Robin or Brooke?
I like Brooke better, just for this fucking.
No.
No,
the
not who do you
past.
not who do you like better? Whose backstory is worse and sadder?
Oh, definitely Robin.
Thank you.
I
Hands
agree.
down, Robin.
Thank you.
That emotional abuse she suffered as a kid, fucking.
I
Brooke
guess
Brooke had his entire adult life to like have things work out for him, but
He had
Robin
many
no
a
youth.
happy year.
Sure. But she was number 2 in an organization. She
Evil
had-
organization
she had-
that was
Yeah.
taking over.
Okay, yeah, hold on. She was a part of an ego organization that she
Evil.
joined out of necessity to fucking help survive.
Sure, but at that point, she wasn't a grunt. She was number 2. She had a very nice fur
Why
coat.
are you going with this grunt thing? She was a bad person.
Sure, but she wasn't Mr. 10, who was out a literal bounty hunter.
That's not what.
She was a number 2.
That's
How
not the
many
purpose
missions
of-
could she possibly have gone on? She was sitting there in a big
She
fur
blew
coat
up a
and a
boat!
very nice hat, drinking wine.
Shutting-
Sand wine.
shutting herself
desert
off.
wine.
Hold on.
Shutting herself off from everybody with this smile, and it's just like, what is?
Sure, but at that point, she has a mission. She has a goal. She has something
But hold
to look
on,
forward to.
hold
Because
on,
Crocodile
hold on.
said that you are a member of the Oharas. I know that you can read the poneglyph. I'm looking for it. So at that point, she goes, I can learn something about history that nobody else can. She has a goal, something to look forward
But
to.
the second-
An obtainable goal. Don't go Brooke has a goal. Because
No.
Brooke has a goal, but it's not an obtainable goal.
How's it not? Whatever.
So you're saying Brooks is worse than Robin because he has an unobtainable goal? Is that what your baseline is here?
Yeah, that's what I meant when I said that whole. I went on for 5 minutes and I went
5. We were at like 9,
Yeah,
bro.
It was like 9 minutes, and all the loneliness.
You were
thing,
drinking and
unobtainable goal.
watching
That
something.
that's the thesis of this whole
Shut
thing.
up.
I mean, I don't see how that counters
So-
Robin's entire youth of emotional trauma and watching everything get erased around her, including having her life become just a giant paycheck. for
Again,
somebody.
at the moment she reached the poneglyph, it's just like, it's over for me. She was ready to die.
No, she tried to kill Croc. She's
Yeah.
like, I could kill you or I could die.
And she was just like, I've accepted my death. I'm done. Whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
You
she
don't
didn't
think Brooke
care.
has done that several times?
No, he would die. He would be dead.
No.
There was never a moment where he's just like, I'm about to die and I accept it.
No, I remember him saying that some days I felt like dying.
Felt like it. Robin was dying. The walls were collapsing and she said, put me down. I want to die.
Okay, but how about this? 50 years of starvation and thirst with bountiful tea for some reason. 50 years of hunger and just
How-
never feeling.
How is he thirsty?
He gets hungry. He gets thirsty.
No. How is he
poops.
thirsty? The reason that salt water affects humans isn't the bones. He doesn't have the organs that would hurt that.
I think that
What is
in
Brook?
his mind, he feels the same way that everybody feels. He's like, I'm a human, so I can see. I don't have eyes, but as a human, I should be able
Skull
to see.
joke.
And so that's what I'm doing.
I think it's like a lot like this is kind of steeping into realism. Sorry, but like
Oda applies a lot of real.
I was gonna say, like, say you have like someone like completely destroys your hand, like it is mangled, it is fucked up. Whatever.
Oh, you're talking the phantom limb?
Exactly, phantom pain, where you have this horrible pain somewhere. You chop off that limb. Your mind still remembers where that pain was and still thinks it's there. But obviously your organs and stuff or whatever are
But
not
you're
there.
tricking your mind into drinking the substance. It's not like our minds are like salt water bad. Because people still try to drink salt water when they're dying of thirst. Like, how bad can it be for me, really?
Oh, yeah.
I'm dying of thirst. Let me drink this. And then our bodies are like, what are you doing? Get this out of me now. Book's body wouldn't say that.
I believe that it would. Because, mind over matter. Or matter over mind.
Does he have a mind?
Sure.
At what point of starvation do you just stop starving?
At what point of loneliness do you stop being lonely? There is no point. When you wake up, you're hungry. When you go to sleep, you're hungry. No, not even go to sleep. When you mercifully pass out from this eternal suffering, and then you wake up and go, my crew, knock on the head. Oh, endless suffering.
When you go, my mom, for 4 minutes, and then
She
watch
didn't know
her
that was
die.
mom. She didn't know that.
Not until
Just
she
because
hugged her.
Just because it looked like her.
She
and it was
gotta-
voiced by the same person as she was when she was older. What does that mean? I'm gonna sound like you, lady.
She got a hug, the first hug from her mom ever. And then her mom dies 3 minutes
The
later.
first taste of civilization in years. And it's malicious. He doesn't know these people. Everyone he knows is
But
dead.
he has memories of good times.
Sure.
Many good times.
But how long can that keep you? How long can
Much longer than Robin.
I don't think so. I would rather suffer an unscrutable for 16 years and then be all right for 12 years than be
Why do
all
you
right.
assume she's all right in
Because
the
she's
organization?
the number 2 of the evil organization.
No, now she's comfortable.
Yeah, that's why I said all right. I didn't say she's living life
But
of luxury.
emotionally, she's still
Absolutely. That's why I say she's all right. She has all these things around her. She never has to worry about food or water or a place to sleep anymore. But she's still just like,
So let's
my
say
mind.
let's say Brooke is in the forest with the people that have lost their shadows, and he's just living with them, eating and being merry and stuff.
Mhm.
He's fine now.
No, he's not.
Why not?
Because that's not what he wants to go. He wants to see Laboon.
Yes.
So he's not going anywhere near towards that. He's just sitting there waiting for something to happen. As opposed to, at least when he's on the sea, he could be at least somehow trying to find his way out of there, as opposed to just sitting there by a fire.
At that point, it sounds like to me, though, that this trauma of being on a ship filled with all your dead crewmates is self-inflicted at that point.
No, it's not.
He has
Because
a
the
choice
first
to,
time,
he has a choice to go to the forest.
no,
Versus Nico Robin has
after
no...
48 years. Sure, he could go in the forest, but then it's
Again, at what point is
as soon
time
as he
lost?
sat there,
No.
as soon as he got on the island, he encountered malicious people. And then he goes back, he's like, I'm gonna cut off your afro. He's like, Jesus, no, I don't want this. I'm going back on the sea.
Again, at what point is time nothing? Think of it like this.
I can't speak to that. But I can
yes,
only
you can.
assume, I can only assume that it's never enough. Because
Think of how long we've been editing. It has been, at this point,
I can't say that it has. Whatever you're about to say, chop off a year or two, because nobody has touched Vegas.
no. Oh, you're talking about that stuff. No, I'm talking about We're not retired. We're at hiatus. Nobody ever.
I
Retired.
said retired.
Nobody
I said
ever
nobody
retired.
touched it.
Everybody's.
I've been
on
touching
hiatus.
Vegas,
Shut up.
just not for AMVs.
That what you
Shut
call your penis?
I'm editing. I'm thinking anyone's currently edit. Oh, I walked into that one. I got you.
No.
Let the joke sit there for a
No.
second. Jesus Christ.
My left nut, actually.
Holy.
Oh God.
No, let me get into my project. Let the
Actually, fellows, if I may interject.
just let it sit there for a second. Holy crap. So our channel started September 18th, 2006. We're almost 10 years into editing. A decade. It's nothing.
Oh, yeah,
Dude, I remember every step of the way.
What?
I remember every step of the
Yes,
way.
I remember that stuff. But it
And I
feels
still-
like very wow,
Yeah,
it was
feels
that
like
long
a
ago.
distant thing, but this is enjoyable stuff. If we were getting whipped every day, 10 years down the road, we wouldn't be like, we'd be like, please don't whip me.
I don't know. I'm sure some slaves was just like,
Them slaves were like, as soon as the
I didn't say it soon.
Maxi Pad, Emancipation Proclamation happened, they were like, hey, white lady.
I didn't say it
No.
soon. You said 10 years.
They were little 10-year-old slaves. That's all that they knew.
No.
until the-
You're not hearing me.
Okay, terribly sorry.
Let's say they're freed at 10 and now they're 20.
Mhm.
It's just not like, no, don't whip me anymore. They've moved past that.
I don't
Time
think they
is
have.
just like,
Because you're
not move
surrounded-
past. Not move past. Let me rephrase that.
They're all right.
I don't know if they're all right.
They all right.
Yeah, there you go. Like, again, at what point does time just...
I don't think that it does.
I'm with BG on this. Just like, to me, like just
Hey,
thinking,
hey, Mike, how do you feel about the Guardians of the Galaxy and Godzilla? You sure you want this person on your side, PG?
Yes?
Go ahead, Mike.
Think of it like this. After an argument, when are people not on my side?
Star Wars, but that's an entirely different discussion here.
What part of Star Wars?
I'm just saying our discussion on that. We were on opposing
Which one?
sides.
No. What I'm saying is the outside forces are like, I'm with BG on this one.
Oh, whoa. Okay, so
Yes.
the
I mean,
non-debating
yeah, I
parties.
Are you
Yes.
saying that you're always right? It's a very pompous thing for you to say.
No, I never said that.
But
What are you saying?
but the point.
No, Michael, please. What are you saying,
I'm not
BG?
saying I'm
What are you
always
saying,
right.
BG?
I'm saying I'm a better debater than people.
Absolutely. So you're saying that you're wrong in many cases, but you can sway people to your side
Yes.
using your charisma.
Yes.
I see.
I'll definitely say
I
that.
see.
Because
Objection.
the way there are opinions based on facts, and then there are opinions that are just pure opinion.
Mhm.
Which straw has passed is the worst, is pure opinion.
Mhm.
There's no
Oh, yeah,
way to go.
And we're both bringing facts to this.
Yeah, there's no way to go. He is correct. You can only say I agree with this
I don't
person.
believe
Yeah.
if Oda said that somebody was the worst. If Oda said straight up, Zoro is worse, and you'll see in 10 years. I'm like, well, there you
Yes,
go.
sir.
Debate over.
Yes, sir.
Gotcha. Tashigi is Vegapunk or something. I don't know.
Or something, I don't know.
He's just like, oh, I gotta make do on this profit.
I've been setting up all these things, and I've got nothing.
Sanji marries the girl Kuina, like she's actually alive
Sure.
somehow.
Genius.
I'll buy
You can
all
see,
the
it was
manga
set up
volumes.
before. You can see little moments.
He's probably looking like, where are these people getting? I didn't say
In
anything.
chapter 173,
You can see the clouds are shaped like.
I was an alcoholic back then.
Have you? What if he kind of like revealed some of that? Where like people at this point are like going so in depth with like, oh, there's this little thing here. Maybe he's gonna do this. Maybe he's gonna do that. He's like, well, I guess
There's no way.
I gotta do.
There's literally no way.
He wouldn't spoil anybody.
Because
Oh,
Jesus Christ.
That's just the fun speculation of it. Did someone have an effect?
Oda foreshadows such innocuous information It's just nothing. Joe Flamingo goes, it's all about the smile. No one talks about it.
He said that in the middle of Shabandi Archipelago.
And it's just a nothing phrase in the middle of a conversation. The prisoners offhandedly go, they're awakened devil fruit. They're awakened Zoan.
He knows what he's doing.
Just an offhanded remark.
He knows what he's doing.
I was a ship's doctor once. The doctor on Gold D. Rogers' ship.
Did I not mention that? No one asked.
Like, it's nothing. Okay, there are a bajillion ships that ran a while. Why would anybody think the Pirate King ship? Like, it's ridiculous.
I'm just imagining now Oda's office, and he'll like write something down.
You need to see the picture of it.
There are pictures.
Oh, okay.
This man, I don't see how he can walk in that room. It is filthy.
He is a
He's nuts.
genius of hard work, Rock Lee.
He's nuts.
He is a genius of concentration. He researches actual pirates to try to bring like traits into One Piece pirates. The guy is ridiculous. He's a ridiculous human being. He's a straight genius. I truly believe it.
I'm going through Google right now, just trying to find a good picture.
So, this is all spoiler talk now. What are they gonna do with Kaido?
Bend over.
Everyone's talking about Big Mom helping. The guy saying, is Jack in the Awakened Zone?
I don't think so. I think he's an ancient. I don't think he's awake. I think Marco might be
The Phoenix, maybe.
because he got
Just decimated though.
He can just. Who else do you know that could just turn one arm? Yeah.
What happened to the Revolutionary Army's base?
Yeah.
What happened to Marco? What is Blackbeard
that
doing?
Marco thing hurt me because I like Marco a lot.
What is Blackbeard doing?
The thing I'm most interested in is the summit.
Whatever. Who cares? Blackbeard, what is he doing?
Blackbeard is.
He is running through that base was unfounded for like a decade. He finds it and lays complete waste to it.
But at the same time, he could just sit on the edge of the island and just go, bam, earthquake.
I told you that.
Shut up. How many times have I said something on the podcast? You go, oh, without giving me credit. A lot. A lot.
When?
Now you asking for facts?
Yes.
You asking me to back up my argument?
Yes.
Guys, back me up on this, right? I'm charismatic. Ladies. Or fellas, whatever I gotta do.
I need votes.
I'll get them points anywhere. Just
my approval is worse than Hillary's. I need them.
I mean, I'm not even going like whatever you're bored with, whatever you identify as. I mean, I'm open for everybody.
I'm trumping out.
Let's go, Sheems.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Once let's finish these points, I think let's have like a normal-ish length episode for once.
Mm-hmm.
I have to talk about my death thing.
Oh yeah, I wanted to hear about this.
All right, go with that. We'll end it on this topic.
You guys just bought another hour.
Not another hour. It's just gonna make you really sad. You're just gonna go to bed sad, and nobody's gonna be happy.
I'm not going to die anytime soon, so we're good here.
I've already accepted Usopp's death.
Wait,
what else were you saying?
No, I just accepted Usopp's death.
What else were you saying about the whole Blackbeard and things like
Whatever.
that?
Nah, go ahead.
Okay.
He's just ridiculous.
I'll go Usopp first. Yeah.
He's dead.
I'm going to Green Bull because we haven't seen him yet.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping that he's a rather large guy because that's Oda's style. All the Straw Hats are on the island.
So you say he's dying soon?
No, maybe a couple years. I'm gonna say maybe like 4 years. This isn't what I think is gonna happen. This is something that I would accept.
Okay.
So all the Straw Hats are on the island.
I've already accepted it. The man is dead.
All the Straw Hats are on the island. Zoro, Luffy, and Sanji just gets decimated by this one guy. Everybody else is trying to do something. They're not.
That's just like Piranha. This is really quick. I have this idea for an AMV where Usopp does not rejoin the crew after the fight, and the Straw Hats are completely decimated after the fact.
Makes sense.
That's a
Like-
good theme.
I really want to do that AMV. It's a really slow song, and there's one part where it's just like 30 seconds of we're alone now, and it would be chronicling Usopp and Mary's voyage, and he would just see newspapers of like Moria brings in Straw Hat or something like. Just
We'll see that in about 5 years.
okay.
So,
And what I mean is you're lowballing that number.
so they're all, everybody's just trying to do something, and the Green Bull is not even flinching. He goes, "I will let you get away if I face one-on-one the god Usopp. I faced many men, but I've never faced a god." And Usopp is like, "Go ahead, guys. I got this. I'll handle him." So,
I'm crying already.
begrudgingly, everybody goes away. So,
I can just see their faces.
Yeah.
Like,
just drag it off the three of them. So, the Green Bull goes, "I'm going to give you a punch."
Usopp just turning to Frankie like, are you still envious about the bounty? Just something.
You can just see it. So he's just, "I'm going to give you a punch. Let's see if you can stand up to it." So he punches him. Usopp flies back into, I don't know, a building or a mountain, something.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, "I didn't know a god could be this weak. I'm going after the Straw Hats." Usopp goes, "Wait, I'm not done yet." He comes out just broken already, just in shambles. He goes, "What the that punch brought Kaido to his knees. Who are you?" And as he's walking up, you just see flashbacks of all this, him joining the crew and all that. He goes, "I've been known as many things: a liar, a hero, a god." And he's up to him by now.
Mm-hmm.
But you can call me one thing. And I'm thinking that he jumps up.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, because he's really tall.
Yeah.
You can call me one thing: Usopp, the brave warrior to sea. And he pulls out 2 impact dials, one for the punch and one for the mountain. Blasts him. At this point, it's just a huge explosion, dust everywhere. Sanji, who has been said to have the observation hockey,
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming that it's already grown to such an amazing height.
Yeah.
He wakes up. He goes, "We have to go back." They go back. They see the Green Bull, just a huge hole in his chest. And they go, "Did Usopp do this?" Sanji picks up Usopp glasses. He tries to feel him out. Doesn't feel anything. He goes, "I think Usopp ran away after he did this. We have to find him," knowing that he's dead. I accept that.
That sounds horrible.
That sounds amazing.
That sounds soul crushing.
But it's so Usopp of it.
Yeah.
It is.
that's really
That
awesome.
actually does sound like an Usopp end.
How
I'll
many
give it
lighters
that.
have you sent to Oda at this point?
Because I was just thinking about that, the brave warrior to see things. It's just like,
We both know Usopp is dead.
No, I don't think he's dying.
Really?
I will accept that. Like I said, I don't think he's dying.
So is this
I
like,
think-
what Straw Hat do you think is going to die?
Luffy's
Usopp.
dead.
Who?
Luffy.
Oh yeah, he's gonna usher in a new pirate era.
That's what I said.
Yeah, you did.
How about giving me credit?
I
That's
did.
one of them. I had to call you out on it. You were like, "Oh, you said you
I
said no,
knew.
he's gonna usher out a new pirate era." And what if they were like, "Oh, great point, BG." You would have been like, "Oh no, it was actually DA, the
I
genius."
think
Yeah.
you're totally. I think it's BG's point. I think you're just lying right now.
Game, set, match. The other one.
That was your point,
The other
Brooke.
one. Zoro.
Oh,
I'm,
sorry.
I'm going Kaido. Not Kaido. Kizaru finally gets serious. Blows a hole through Zoro's chest. He's bleeding out on the ship. They beat. Luffy just went insane on Kizaru after that killed him. Maybe I don't know. I haven't thought that far into it. But Zoro's just on the ship.
Kizaru would not live after killing Zoro.
Sure. Everybody would just come up on him with that eyes level of just. So Zoro's on the ship.
The next panel would just be a headless Kizaru. There would be no lights. Like, oh, cut off. No. He would just be murdered.
No, he's finally serious. There's no ooh or ooh, none of that crap. So,
are you sure that might just be who he is?
I don't think so.
He is too laid back.
He's a piece of crap.
He is garbage.
Zoro's on the ship. Huge.
What is Sentomato doing? Keep going.
Huge hole in his chest. Everybody's freaking out. Chopper goes, I can close up the wound. But I can close up the wound in 10 minutes, but he's going to bleed out in 5. What are we going to do? Everybody's running around, getting towels or whatever Chopper asks of them, except for one person. That one person walks over to Nami, goes, Nami, can I have one of your oranges? He goes, Brook, this is not the time for this. We have to save Zoro. He's like, you know what? You're right. I'm sorry that I asked. He walks over to Nami's tree, inspects some fruit, maybe turns it around. You don't go shopping, so you don't know about inspecting fruits.
I just got called up for it. The last time I went shopping with my friend.
Because you're a piece of shit.
I grabbed an apple, and she was like, I can't believe you grabbed that quickly. I was like, oh, I know what I want from the store. She was like, no, I'm surprised you didn't inspect it.
Yeah. So he's inspecting it, grabbing it, squeezing it. He finally picks up the right one. He walks over. At this point, everybody's freaking out except for Chopper, who's working on him, Brook, who's doing that, and I'm thinking Usopp. I've waffled between Usopp and Robin for this moment. I'm confident that Usopp fits this moment. Usopp has stopped freaking out because he's a realist. He's just, accepting it, talking to Zoro, trying to calm him down. Brook is walking over. He places the orange next to Zoro's head. He goes, give this to him. And Usopp goes, what are you doing?
I see where you're going already.
What are you doing, bro? Brook goes, Zoro is much more important than me. This is all that I can do for the crew. I hope I've been useful. He crumples. Usopp grabs the fruit, shoves it down Zoro's mouth. Chopper's like, what are you doing? Usopp's like, this is the only way. Keep working on this hole. A minute later, Zoro dies. And Chopper's like, I could have saved him. You and your lies. Why did you do this? And Usopp just goes, fix this hole. He'll be back soon. Chopper goes, what do you mean? Usopp goes, that was Brook's Yomi Yomi fruit. He died. The closest fruit turned into that. Fix his hole. He'll be back. Brook is dead. Zoro gets the fruit. I would accept that.
Holy shit.
You telling me you wouldn't accept that?
That's, again, dark as fuck.
Are you telling me you wouldn't accept that?
But
what I'm thinking is you need to start writing.
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing here.
No, these characters are already preset.
He's just going, what would they do
in these situations?
I don't know.
Would you not accept that?
Yeah, I'd accept.
There you go.
I wouldn't. There are many ways I would accept Zoro.
Zoro is just a body. I don't know. It could be anybody there. I just pick Zoro.
No. I'm saying with
okay.
Him dying for something.
Yeah.
I can totally accept Zoro. I can accept Sanji to a degree.
That smile has me on edge.
Dude, that smile was too worrying. Like,
I saw that.
Is he gonna die this arc?
I saw that. I went, Oda, whatever you doing, stop it right now.
Leave this man alone. He's been through enough. Usopp, I've already accepted. He's dead. I don't care what you say. That is a dead person. He has already foreshadowed his own death.
No.
Chopper would be the worst.
Yeah.
Chopper would be devastating to the crew and the fans. He is too cute.
That's the end of innocence.
Yes, he is a dead person. I feel like Frankie is too inhuman for too many people to care about. He's pretty much a robot at this point.
Well,
The guy's a robot.
that's just a fact.
Brooke would be devastating.
Brooke would be devastating.
Robin would be devastating. Dude, they can't do another Rescue Robin arc. When he said, when they were just like, nobody touches Robin. Holy
I'm
crap.
not worried because I'm part of this crew. And they're all just like, well, but yeah. I waffle between Usopp and Robin because they're both really realist type of person. But I've been like, I really like the you and your lies thing.
All right.
I would only accept it. I won't accept just the Kizaru zoom puts a hole right through Nami's head or anything. I would not accept that. I want if Oda's gonna do this, make it meaningful. Because let's take Naruto for example. Naruto is trash. But when Kakashi died, it was just a nail through the eye, and then he's just dead.
I mean, but his eye though.
Impactful.
His eye
5
though.
stars.
His eye though.
Well, we death in quotations.
No, he was dead, but he just came back.
Oh wait, I forgot. Yeah. I forgot. The whole-
Naruto.
That was with Pain.
Yeah.
You remember Pain.
Who?
But yeah, I want something to that level. I will not accept just because Ace had a very big death. It wasn't as elaborate as any of mine, but it was still very meaningful.
But you're also talking about the death of a crew member as opposed to just the death of Ace.
I want something akin to that.
Okay,
I
so
see that.
let's end on something a little bit more fun. Who do you most want to re-meet or first meet the Straw Hats? And I'm going to Kuja Pirates. I want them to meet the crew so bad. I want
Hero
both.
and villain.
Hero and villain.
Oh, so we pick both, or just pick one?
We can do hero and villain.
Okay, because for me, Vivi, most definitely.
For heroes, I want the Kuja Pirates so bad. I want Boa to see Nami and Robin. Robin just fed Luffy and then put a cover on top of him when he was. I want Boa to be there for stuff like that.
Because I am a filthy, filthy mark, I'm gonna go Buggy. Because I'm a mark for I love Buggy.
Buggy Nami would be. One Piece dealt with slavery on 2 different levels.
Yes, it is.
Keep going.
So villains.
Villains.
Is Eneru still alive?
Yes, he's on the moon. This is a legit thing. I am not far-fetching this. He is on the moon.
I'm gonna go Shanks.
There are moon pirates.
Shanks and his crew. I want them to meet the Straw Hats.
They never have.
Because you got 2 big moments there with Usopp
Usopp.
and Luffy.
Yeah, that would be pretty amazing.
I'm going down.
Mm,
Oh my goodness, did you see that amazing shot of Yasop and
No.
oh my I hope I can find this.
For villains, I kind of want Rob Lucci and Spandam to meet them again. But that was such a devastating loss for both of them. They might as well just be like, no.
They're part of CP0, which is a feared name.
Yes. More feared than Sanji's family.
Hard to say.
Moria,
There it is.
Blackbeard is a given. I don't care about that at
Yeah.
all. Oh, was that the $500 million?
No, that's just something that somebody drew. So I want that. Buggy.
Yeah,
Because
for
just
villain-
him seeing Luffy like, oh crap, he's gonna expose me.
But then I'm sure it'd be like, he knows Luffy.
Or Luffy was just like, who's that? On your way, Straw Hats.
Okay, I got Foxy again quite recently. That special was amazing.
Was it?
Yes,
Oh, I haven't seen it yet.
it was amazing. I'm kind of going Kizaru.
You just want to see him get punched.
I want to see that man get mauled. I don't.
That's
like,
not fair.
I don't like how much I like Kizaru, and I don't like Kizaru. I don't understand
That's
it.
a dichotomy.
I don't like the guy, but I like the guy.
He's awesome.
He is an awesome douche.
Helped greatly by that dub.
The dub. We never got into our sub versus dub
Oh, my
voices
goodness.
for the Straw Hat.
I think.
See, this is why we said we could do a 5-part 3-hour per show.
Oh yeah, definitely.
This is ridiculous.
So we'll definitely come back to this because I
Can't
think
do the same for Dragon Ball.
I
Sub
could complain a lot about Dragon Ball.
Sub
Super.
Goku
Oh,
is an
God.
affront to the ears.
Masako Nozawa.
Yes.
I love Sub Beerus though. Because
Hey,
he's insanely polite. It's all just Kimis and Sans and Coons because he doesn't give a
Well, I mean, why
Destroy
should he give a shit?
everything.
He's a god.
I love him. The end of the Battle of Gods where he just go, boom, I'm sorry about your party. All that interaction between the two of them. Oh my, I just love him.
But
Yeah,
He's amazing.
so,
he is the greatest character Toriyama has ever created. The one good thing in his post-Boo age.
And it's just another MacGuffin that's just like, I was talking to Peanut at work and we were talking about Dragon Ball. He was like, you don't like it? I'm like, no, I hate it. It's stupid. It was like, why? It was like, oh, because it's very simple. Kami was supposed to be the god, the almighty god. But then there was King Kai. And then there was
right before that, King Yama. Don't forget
King Yama. And then there was King Kai. And then there was North, South, East, and West Kai. And then there was the Grand Kai. And then there's the Supreme Kai. Then there's Beerus. Then there's Whis. Now there's the Omni King. How about you don't say this is the only one or this is the highest level and then just retcon and go, no. Because it's so easy to do that. Because it's just like, oh, he's acquired the Super Saiyan. That's meaningless now.
How many colors can we go?
We really
I almost said Super Gaiyan. Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan, or Super Saiyan Blue with Kaioken. It's the stupidest thing.
Super
I've
Saiyan
ever
God,
Oh,
Super Saiyan, Super
completely
Saiyan
ridiculous.
God, Super Saiyan.
Kaioken.
2.
Is that the new Drake album?
It is the stupidest thing that I physically was angry by that. Because it's so stupid. And then they tried to explain it away. Why hasn't he used Super Saiyan with Kaioken before? Oh, well, because it would have killed him? When was that established? Look!
It's
a
red
fighting
and
carrot.
blue.
Dragon Ball has always been not a very good series.
And people just suck its balls. At what was that? Anime Matsuri. Not Anime Matsuri. It was Anime Milwaukee, that was it. They had a Dragon Ball panel with Chris Sabat, who is I understand is popular, you know.
Yeah.
Chris Sabat, Kyle Aber, and Sonny Strait. It was in the biggest room and it was nearly full. People are still sucking the balls of this crap.
Very accessible. Very accessible.
You don't need to think. All it is just stupid action.
It's the Transformers of Shonen.
If you think about this for a second, it crumbles. It falls apart.
All right, we're gonna cut it off here just because we could rant back and forth for
Yeah.
hours.
No,
we're even at this for
there
over
would
an
be
hour
no
and a half.
back and forth. It would be fourth and fourth. You can't defend Dragon Ball. At
So
this point.
next,
You couldn't defend Dragon Ball 10 years ago.
You could. You could.
Maybe when we were kids, it was just like this, Sailor Moon, Cowboy Bebop, and Android 009 was all that was
Cyborg.
on.
Cyborg.
Oh, terribly sorry. Cyborg 009.
but next,
No, that you though.
Oh God, you.
One
of the
That's
greatest.
series.
One of the greatest with the greatest tournament arc.
The
ever.
greatest arc.
I put that forth on Facebook, and a lot of people said
It's the greatest art.
the Dark Tournament is a
It's
ridiculous. art.
amazing. There are no flaws.
Oh, we've been through this a million times too.
I wouldn't say that.
There are no glaring flaws.
There was some random power ups right before
Sure.
the big fight. Like
But-
there's progression. We're getting better with each fight, and then it's just like we're gonna give you this stuff.
It still made sense because it's just like,
Oh, yeah,
there's no
absolutely.
way that we can go from a 3 to a 9.
Let's see. This is why DA and I, when we host our shows, go for 3 hours because we go on tangents, and they're tangents that kind of flow together.
I wanted to talk about the sub dub thing.
Yeah, that would.
We will get to that in future episodes because the next episode is probably going to be no go because I'm
Cap.
assuming we're all going to see Captain America.
Yeah, DA and I are going tomorrow.
Yeah, same here. So
That was.
yeah, we'll be talking about that. There'll be
We
spoilers.
probably could have just held this podcast off for a day and then talked about Cap. When
We
it was-
could have, but you know, I want to keep a consistent schedule.
No, I'm not seeing Cap till Saturday.
Oh,
There.
fair enough.
All right. So thank you everybody for tuning in.
One Piece better than Dragon Ball.
One Piece better than everything.
Next week we will be talking about Captain America: Civil War.
One Piece better than Civil
Yes.
See you guys next week.
Laters.